What's going on, everyone? So obviously, as you saw from those pictures, that's what my job was supposed to be and what it ended up being. And I told her when she inquired about it that I would estimate it to be around maybe half a truck, 3/4 tops, but it'll depend on what happens when I'm there. And those are the key words you need to make sure to tell people. Never give a firm price. Unless it's something super simple like, okay, it's a dresser, it's in the garage, boom, you're going to be able to load it right up. Sure, hit them with the minimum or something. But whenever you're doing something that's going to acquire a lot of room in your truck, never give a firm price. Always do a ballpark. And something you can always do too is, let's say you're doing like a big job. Let's say you're doing like a clean out that's going to take like 2 trucks, right? Tell them, I think it's probably going to take about 2.5 to 3 trucks. And it'll either be that much or it'll be a little less. So that way you're giving the customer the high end in the event that something goes wrong. They're not getting screwed over in any way. So that's kind of one way to do it. But just in general, like if you're going to be doing a big job and they say everything goes, check everywhere. Check the attics, check the basements, check every single closet, every single room, check the cabinets in the bathroom and the kitchen. Make sure that there's nothing hiding around. If there's a big pile of boxes, go over and move them around. See if they're full of stuff, if they're full of books or china. You may go move a couple of boxes and there's a bunch of bags underneath that are full of crap. So always make sure to check everywhere and never give a perfectly firm price. Always do a little bit of a window. Even if it's like a tight window, like a $20, $30 difference, never give a firm price. Because people will either try to pull a quick one on you or they may not even realize it. So just a way to protect yourself. But yesterday she was telling me that she had never been in the apartment. It was her brother's. He was moving out. I think he moved out like 3 days ago, which is crazy because that place smelled awful. So I told her that I'll go in and we'll see what it kind of ends up being. And I told her if anything drastic changes price-wise, I'll call you first. And when we in there, that picture, like you saw the difference. Some of those rooms weren't even included in the pictures, or they were a lot worse than what they looked like. So I told her right off the back, I said, hey, there's like a whole another room of aquariums in here. There's a bunch of stuff on the patio that wasn't included. So that, like, I may be pushing towards a full truck. And she's like, okay, that's fine. And I told her that there was stuff in the cabinets and stuff all over the floors. We had to bag up. I ended up using 22 contractor bags. So I charged $2 a piece. So that's $44 in materials. And I charge like an hour for labor just for having to bag that stuff up. So that's just something that kind of, wasn't expecting it. And it happens from time to time. But just keep in mind, never give a firm price because you never know what's going to happen when you get there. And even while you're loading, it may end up being a little bit more than what you anticipated. And, it's up to you to, if you want to correct that and say, hey, it ended up being a little bit more than we anticipated, it's going to be this much. Or if you want to be polite about it, you could say, hey, it ended up being 3/4 of a truck instead of half a truck. That was my misgauge, so I'm going to give you a discounted increase rate. So instead of it being $275, it would normally be $325. I'm just going to charge you $300, or something like that. Or you could just not charge them extra at all because you screwed up. So it's up to you as a person. But yeah, that was the day yesterday. It was a lot of fun dumping all that crap today. But I wanted to go over a little tool that a lot of websites have. So I have GoDaddy, You probably have GoDaddy, WordPress, Wix. I don't know too many other website builders out there. But a lot of them have a thing where if you go to your homepage by your dashboard where you would go to edit your website, there should be like a little marketing tab. And then if you pull down the menu bar, it should say SEO. If you click on that, they'll have a thing that kind of walks you through your website that you made and point out like your keywords and your AdWords and make sure that you have a proper amount of contact information listed. It basically just makes sure that your website is as up-to-date SEO wise as possible. And it's a really cool little tool. And it's incredibly helpful if you're not very tech savvy or you're not really sure how to work SEO into your websites. So I'm going to film mine on my website just to kind of show you. In case you didn't know about it, this may be something that can help you out. So stay tuned for that. All right, so this is the GoDaddy homepage, and I'm basically just on a different tab bar. WordPress and Wix should have a similar setup, but all you're doing is clicking on your marketing, you're clicking on your SEO, it'll bring you this page, and this is literally just showing you your results of your website through Google. So you scroll down, it'll show you your Google search metrics for the last week, last month. Impressions is how many times someone saw your site as an option. Clicks is how many people have clicked on your website from those results. And then your average position is where your rank is when people search for you, like how many down you are on the list. So obviously the lower the number, the better, just like golf. And then if you scroll down, it'll show you how customers are finding you. So it'll show you the words that people are searching for. Impressions is how many people look for this result and then saw your website as an option. Clicks is how many times people actually clicked on your website. And then your average position will show like where you rank on the search results for that page. So I don't get a whole lot of clicks through these big ones, but I do when it comes down to the more specifics. But that's also a good way to look at your keywords for to kind of see what you should be using to get your website pushed out more. So we're going to start with the general keyword adding, and it's going to look at my pages on my website, and this is like a live feed too. So I have 4 pages. I have a trailer rental, which is private right now because I'm still working on the waiver, labor only, junk removal, and then an about us page. And I've already done all these in the past. So for now, we'll do junk removal. And again, this is a live view of your page. So it's like real life in time editing. So you would just describe your word or describe your page. So this specific page is junk removal services. I'm going to keep it as is because that's a common search word. Secondary would be trash pickup. So you go next. And then this is a bunch of keywords. Now this is good for that seed list that I talked about in the last video. So we're going to keep these 3 I have marked already, but just kind of showing you it's all your typical, hashtags you normally do or tags on YouTube. It's going to show some major companies in here like 1-800-GOT-JUNK. Junk Be Gone is a big company down here. So go ahead and just jot these down just to have them on hand so you know what to kind of plug in for your website throughout. Now, I already have this done, but here you would just pick one of the 3 major keywords you picked out, and you would choose where you want to implement it on the website so that when people look up on Google, Google is more likely to push that specific keyword into the results. So we'll do junk removal services. And then this is your search result on Google. So it'll show you, like if I Google junk removal services in Boynton Beach right now, this is what people are going to be seeing. It's going to be the title, the name, website, and it's going to direct me directly to that page, which is junk removal. And then here you would put a description. Now, if you don't really know what to write, you can Google. Here, we'll do junk removal. I'll just do Boynton Beach. So this is junk removal in my city. So obviously the first 4 or 5 are all ads, probably paying thousands of dollars to do that. And then the map, here's me. You keep going down, you get all the big guys, 1-800 Got Junk, Junk Luggers, Junk Boss, Junk King. Of course, Home Advisor gets tacked in there. And then you have more ads. So the page we were just on for the results, the business description is like what you see here. So junk luggers, your local junk luggers provides quick, dependable junk removal services, blah, 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 blah. That's what people are going to see. And then this is the title that they're reading. And then this is to edit your page description. So you can throw in some keywords. You can edit, whatever you want to say. If I wanted to say, your local junk removal for Boynton Beach, offering junk removal services would be a keyword, and Boynton Beach would be a keyword. Yeah, skip this step. And then you could edit your headline. It's all meant to just kind of, if you don't already have all these keywords set up, it's to help you kind of get to that point. So like here's one of my live pages. So this is for my junk removal services page. It's not gonna let me scroll, that's annoying. So this is like each little individual section throughout my whole page. And what I would do is you would click on each section and you would add keywords to every single paragraph, and it'll show you up here how many you have added so far. And the whole goal is like junk removal is going to be the first one I added. That's from the first page. And then it'll review everything for you. I don't know why it's not letting me scroll, but that's all it is. And you can go through your entire website doing that. You can go through all your pages, everything you need to do. So I'm going to go through and fix this later because I just screwed it up doing all this for the video. But yeah, fun little thing. And what I would do is I would write down what your metrics are for last month, and then try to do this and then check again the next month and the month after and see if you have more impressions, if you have more clicks, or if your position has changed at all. Remember, the lower the number, the better. So hopefully this helps some of you guys with your websites. I know not everyone is tech savvy. I'm definitely not tech savvy when it comes to the website stuff. This is just things I've learned on my own and watching help videos and browsing through things like this. So hopefully this helps you guys with your SEO. Let me know if you make a change, what change you made, and if you see results from it in the future. But that is it for now. I have to go do some decluttering of myself. Thanks, bye.